Don't no woman want a good guy, da 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 da. And then you see women on the other side saying the same thing. So obviously it's not true. It's just that because of how dull we are of hearing, because of these things we haven't worked out inside, they're not finding each other. All right, what up, y'all? Oh man, hopefully you enjoyed that first video. I'm pretty sure it helped a lot of people because I know just talking about it helps me process everything a little better. I'm gonna elaborate more in this video when we talk about love, maybe some things I missed out, maybe some things I have to clarify, but you wanna make sure you listen to this because things have become so normalized in our culture nowadays, it is very easy to mistake love for lust and then to not see true love whenever it's staring you right in the face. Okay, so we're going to talk about in this one what real love looks like and how you want to make sure you're prepared to see it. So listen to what I'm not saying. Number one, I don't speak for all men and I don't know all women. So if I throw out anything, we're not taking any offense either way, because I'm just throwing some stuff out there of things that we see across the board in both genders. Neither gender, all women aren't bad, all men aren't bad. We've just all had certain experiences. Okay, so I'm about to read the scripture again. We're going to go back to Galatians 5, and now we're going to talk about the fruit of the Spirit. Okay, the fruit of the Spirit is what you have whenever you have that intimate relationship with God, which means you are not empty, okay, which means you are whole, which means now that the fruit of the Spirit that you are connected to, okay, the vine that you are plugged into, this is what it produces, what every woman and man wants. The fruit of the Spirit is this: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There is no law against these. Okay, this is Galatians 5, 22 and 23. So now this is what someone who is not empty, who is not self-centered and pursuing you for selfish ambition, these are the character traits that they will exhibit. Okay, but now this is why you have to be careful, because in our culture, the thirsty dude, the bad guy, the guy that if you're not whole, that thing, that tickle in ear, remember what I read in 2 Timothy 3? It says, they are the kind who work their way into people's houses and win the confidence of vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires. Now, those things can tickle your ear, and the person on the other end could not be even trying to prey on you. They can just also be in a state of flesh, okay, of sin. They still living in the world. They haven't found this wholeness yet. So they cannot necessarily be preying on you and trying to take advantage of you. But if you are in this state, controlled by various desires, still under the guilt of sin, now that sorcery that we talked about was the work of the flesh, which is translated sorcery here, but is usually translated witchcraft, which we know is manipulation. So that's what we call game. So now if I can just hit you with that game, right? Dudes like learn game just to have sex with women. Like the effort that you would go to, to fulfill that desire. Okay, like I got to learn exactly what to say it, how to even change my own personal persona, change who I am as a person just to try to appease women. Because the reason that they actually do that, which is funny, and this is something that women have to realize, is because there's a cliche that says nice guys finish last. So now if you have a genuinely nice guy, because of these lusts that are on the other side in women, and they don't perceive, I mean, the guy can be handsome, he can be attractive, he can be a genuinely good guy, but it doesn't tickle the ear like the other guy, right? Like that guy who knows how to spit that G, like that guy who knows how to make you feel good. You know, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good a certain type of way, but you got to decide what you really want. I mean, that's really what it boils down to it. Because a lot of people are trying to convince someone who doesn't want to be in a relationship to be in a relationship. And that goes for men and women. So we have to watch these things. What else does it say? It says patience. So yes, a man will be patient with you, but if he is whole, he may not chase you. He may not pursue you to the ends of the world. Because you got to understand, a man who is whole, a man who has his purpose first, a man who is satisfied because his intimacy comes from his relationship with God, does not need you. Just doesn't. He doesn't need you. And unfortunately, in our culture, we all want someone to want us that bad. We all want to be the center of someone's universe. We want to feel like that person really needs us. Like, man, he proved to me that he just has to have me, and I know I'm worth it to him now. You can be well worth it to a man, but if he's looking for peace, if he's looking for patience, if he is a good guy, right? Goodness, he would be faithful. He's a gentleman, gentleness, and he has self-control. So now in his pursuit of you, it's not going to have that same ring to it that you may be used to Okay. And this is something that we grow into. I'm not saying that I am this guy or I'm not the other guy. I'm just saying in general. All right. It's not that. I'm saying that if you've been around for a while, you know how to tickle a woman's ears, period. Okay. You just know what to say. You know how to say it. And now if you don't do that, you notice, talking to my friends and the fact that I've been around the block a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, you realize that if you don't say those things that tickle ears, a woman may not listen. Now, it may not be all of you, but we have to understand that it is in our culture nowadays, because it doesn't take long to look around of men bashing women and saying, oh, don't no woman want a good guy, da 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 da. And then you see women on the other side saying the same thing. So obviously it's not true. It's just that because of how dull we are of hearing, because of these things we haven't worked out inside, they're not finding each other. Okay? So we have to make sure that we look for that, because every whole person on both sides, on the other side, what they are looking for, because they are whole, is they're looking for peace. They're looking for faithfulness. They're not looking for perfection, right? Because love is patient and kind. It doesn't keep a record of wrong. So now a person may honestly be ready to be there with you through thick and thin, for better or worse, richer or poor, sickness and in health. But they're looking for the same things in return. So that, let's say something happens, because the storm comes to those who build their house on the rock and on the sand. But the house built on the sand is going to fall. So now, can I put my trust in you that if something should happen to me, or if I should go through a really horrible time, if I lose my identity and I start acting all kinds of hell, was I the one that was there for you? Was the relationship strictly one way, where I am here for you? So now if I am off, you are out. Okay? A whole man, though he is whole, and though the likelihood of these tragedy could happen, but though the likelihood of him losing his identity goes down, there are possibilities, and they want to be secure, and they want to feel peace in their home. Like I mentioned, the woman earlier, I don't want to use her as an example, but she mentioned, like, he left all of this. Like, can you believe it? Looks don't keep a man. Looks may get his attention. And yes, you really do want to be attracted to whoever you might really be with, because that's going to help you through some rough times. Okay. But keep, nah, it's just not going to happen. He may have told you all of this stuff to get you, and he may have really been attracted to you. But like I said, that thing is unquenchable. So that ambition to get that thing is going to say whatever it has to say, but it can't be quenched. Therefore, when the next one comes along who you think doesn't really look as good as you do, but it's giving him something else. Or maybe he matured and realized, oh man, this ain't really where it was at, but I need this stable, loyal, loving, grown woman over here. Okay. And it goes both ways. Like I said, I don't want to just be one-sided and completely bash men. Women grow up and they realize, oh, okay, yeah, he was handsome. Oh yeah, well, he did this in bed. Oh yeah, he was that dude. But I need someone who is really going to love me. I need someone who is kind and gentle, who has their own peace. Okay, who brings peace to my house, not drama and hostility or quarreling and jealousy and outbursts of anger. I need someone like that. Women grow after they play around for a while when they're young. If they do, hopefully you don't, right? The goal for this is for people to avoid what others of us and just other people in general that we can easily see. It's to use these obvious things as examples so that we grow up. Okay, so make sure you prepare yourself because you don't want to condition yourself to listen for love the way the world listens for love. And you don't want to condition yourself to love the way the world loves. Okay, so you want to make sure you are genuinely there for the other person. You want to make sure that other person is going to be genuinely there for you and not just shut someone down because they're not talking the way you think that they should talk. Get to know them. Now, if you're unattracted to them, don't get with someone that you're unattracted to. It's not going to work. It's just not. All right. Don't marry someone that you're not attracted to. So don't hear that. But understand the more mature you get, the less it's about that and the more it's about everything else. So if this guy isn't coming off thirsty, if this guy isn't coming off as, this rare ladies man, now you worse than a guy trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. You want to turn a man who is clearly showing you that he's a ladies man, and you, because of how it makes you feel, that he would stop doing what he's doing for you, but he didn't stop on his own. And no one stops doing something for someone else. They stop when they come to the recognition that it's not right. Let me not rant too much. But I've seen it clearly. I've seen men who are in women's lives strictly for the fact that they're good husbands, strictly for the fact that they're good fathers, strictly for the fact that they'll go above and beyond for them. And it's a one-way street. So narcissism goes both ways. Narcissism, the manipulation goes both ways. And we don't want to be that person, and we don't want to be the person on the other side. We want to be someone who is truly loving this other person, and we want to clear ourselves up. Go watch the video, Wholeness Before Relationship, so that you understand what this eternal life does for you, so that now you can choose someone that really loves you and you're not stuck on these superficial worldly standards that we have in 2020. I love y'all. I hoped this helped you. And I'm going to talk to y'all next time.